Hello and welcome. I'm Sean Wendt, your host here at the Went There Cruising channel. Today's July the 6th, 2025. Time for a news update. Some really kind of interesting stories came out over the last couple days, and I thought it'd be worth taking the time to talk about a few of them. The first story is actually kind of a scary one. Cruise ship loses power at sea. Yikes. Well, on Friday morning, the Harmony of the Seas from Royal Caribbean was sailing back to Galveston, Texas from a Western Caribbean itinerary. Overnight, between 1 and 3 a.m., the captain made an emergency announcement over the PA system that the ship had lost some power and was affecting propulsion. He did assure the guests that it was not a safety issue. Some guests did report a loss of air conditioning for a little bit, but they were able to make whatever necessary repairs in order to continue the journey, and they made it back to Galveston fine yesterday, the 5th, and the same day it left out on its next 8-night itinerary, doing a perfect day at Coco Cay and a Western Caribbean. So apparently no significant issue that was not able to be repaired, but certainly scary when the captain comes on the PA at 1 o'clock in the morning to announce a problem with the ship. That would be very unsettling, particularly just a week after the whole Poop Cruise documentary came out, right? I imagine that's the first thing that people are going through people's mind when they hear power loss, right? Oh my goodness, are we going to wind up? Oh, never mind. Just images of small bags rolling around in the hallway or sloshing around in the hallway came to mind. Not a good thing. But yes, I can say it is unsettling to be on a cruise ship when a captain makes an announcement in the middle of the night. My first Princess cruise, we had that occur at 3 o'clock in the morning. The captain came on and made an announcement in the middle of the night, emergency, requesting medical. It was actually kind of scary. And it turns out there was actually a murder on board that night. So really, really unfortunate. I will say it was a very nice cruise other than the violent death, but certainly unsettling when the captain makes that announcement in the middle of the night. The next story today comes out of Roatan, Honduras. Roatan's a pretty popular Western Caribbean cruise port. A lot of ships stop there, but it was reported late last week that you're going to be required to have a measles vaccination to go to Honduras. So people were questioning, okay, can I get off the ship? Should we not go to Roatan at all? What's going on? Well, yesterday, the government in Honduras clarified that this requirement applies to Honduras residents and not to foreign visitors arriving on a cruise ship. So nothing to worry about there. You don't have to cancel any plans. You can continue to go to Roatan and not have to worry about any onerous vaccine requirements. That's good. The third story this week is kind of a funny one, and it comes from Carnival Cruise Line. On July 19th, they're going to open up their new Celebration Key private beach in the Bahamas. People are looking forward to this. I've seen concept video or pictures. It looks like it's going to be a neat place. I'm sure it'll be a great destination. But because it's getting very close, people are able to reserve some of the activities on the beach there. And there was a little bit of outrage earlier in the week when somebody posted that there was going to be a $19.95 daily rental fee for a pool noodle. $19.95 for a pool noodle? I have not been able to confirm that that was actually accurate, but we have been able to confirm. People have been posting screenshots of their reservation from their phone where there is a $10.95 daily rental fee for a pool noodle. So I guess better than $19.95, but $10.95 for a pool noodle? I'm trying to think where in my life have I ever rented something that the rental cost was more than the replacement cost? Like, what does a pool noodle cost? $1 at Walmart? I imagine if you buy them in bulk, like Carnival likely will, you could probably get a better deal than that. And so they're going to rent them for essentially $11 a day? That seems a bit excessive, right? I mean, if you're going to rent them, they should rent them for a quarter or something like that. It just seems very odd. You could say, well, I could bring my own pool noodle. Well, when you go through the restricted items on Carnival, it does not specifically list pool noodles, but it does list floatables as being prohibited. So they might try and jam you up for bringing a pool noodle on your own. They want to pay that $11. They got to get that $11 from you. So I don't know. This is the one that doesn't necessarily sit real well with me. And I'm a Carnival stockholder. So I guess I would stand to benefit from them making some money. But I don't know. That seems like a petty charge. What are your thoughts? Is it worth $10.95 to rent a pool noodle for the day? I don't know. I'm trying to think. I want to say at Castaway Key, Disney will rent out a float like you can lay on. And I want to say it was the ballpark of $20 a day. But that was a little more substantial than a pool noodle. You can actually fully lay on it, and it has like a built-in pillow. So that seems a little more reasonable, and it probably actually costs somewhere in the ballpark of $20, not a 50-cent pool noodle. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments. The last story today is kind of an upsetting one for people that are long-term planners. Norwegian Cruise Line has canceled over 40 cruises. So this applies to the winter 26-27 season for the Norwegian Breakaway and the Norwegian Prima. So the Norwegian Breakaway was scheduled to be sailing out of Puerto Rico, and this will affect sailings from November 8th, 2026 through March 28th, 2027. And then the Norwegian Prima was scheduled to be sailing out of New Orleans, and this will affect sailings between November 15th, 2026 and March 28th, 2027. So a fair amount of notice. I guess that's good. And this is due to fleet redeployments. So, and Norwegian has not yet said where they're going to be deploying those two ships to. But this is something that happens from time to time. I was recently impacted by a similar thing on Princess Cruises, where I had a February 2027 itinerary booked out of Galveston on the Majestic Princess. But several months ago, they canceled it, and I had to rebook to actually going to one out of Florida. Now, what Norwegian is offering for these people is a full refund of what they've paid and a 10% future cruise credit. That's a little better than the $25 future or onboard credit that I got when Princess rescheduled mine. So, or I should say canceled mine and forced me to reschedule. So a little frustrating, I get it. Not the end of the world because there is a fair amount of notice. But I don't know, do you feel like that's fair? Is 10% fair compensation? Do you feel these people are entitled to more? I don't know. Your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. So, pretty interesting stories. 40 cruises canceled. That's pretty big news. Thank you for watching today. If you enjoyed the video, please like the video. If you enjoy cruise content, please subscribe. We would like to be your source for cruise information, cruise content. Thank you again. And until we see you next time, we wish you smooth sailing. Take care.